Welcome to the world of put selling, where you can get paid to wait. I'm about to teach you something that most people never learn: how to make money while you sleep. Imagine if someone paid you $50 every week just for being willing to buy their bicycle if the price dropped below $200. You don't even have to buy the bicycle most of the time. You just get paid for being willing to buy it. That's exactly what put selling is, except instead of bicycles, we're talking about stocks, and instead of $50, we're talking about generating premium, actual cash money every single week. Put selling is when you get paid money up front for promising to buy someone else's stock at a specific price, but only if that stock drops below that price within a certain time period. Let me give you a real-world example. Your friend owns a PlayStation 5 worth $400. Your friend is worried the price might drop to $350 next month when the new Xbox comes out. So your friend says, "Hey, I'll give you $20 right now buying insurance on my PlayStation so that if the value of it drops below $300 next month, you'll have to buy it from me for that same $300. You think PlayStation 5s are great, and even if it does drop, $300 is a really good price. So even if I have to buy it, I'm going to buy something I like and at a great price. And I'll get $20 just for agreeing to this deal." That's put selling. This is the most important thing to understand. In put selling, you get paid the premium immediately before anything else happens. Whether you eventually buy the stock or not, you already have money in your pocket. Imagine you're a wedding photographer. A couple pays you $500 up front to hold their date. If it rains and they cancel, you still keep the $500. If the wedding happens, you keep the $500 and you get to do the photography job, which you wanted anyway. Put selling works exactly the same way. You get paid up front. If the stock price stays up, you keep the money and do nothing. If the stock price drops, you keep the money and buy the stock at a good price. Most beginners think getting a stock assigned by having to buy a stock after selling puts on it is bad. But it's not. It's like being forced to buy a dollar for 90 cents. Here's another real example. You sell a put on Tesla at a $200 strike price for a $20 premium. But on expiration day, Tesla drops to $190, so you get assigned. You buy Tesla at $200, but you already earned $20 in premium. Your real cost is $180 for Tesla stock currently worth $190. You could easily just turn around and sell your Tesla stock for a $10 profit. But since you now own Tesla stock, you know that it could easily go back to $200 or higher at any time. Even when you lose, you still win. Here at the Put Playbook, we have a goal to try and earn 1% per week on our invested capital. It doesn't always happen, but that's our goal. And now I know it doesn't sound like much, but let's do the math. 1% per week equals 52% per year if you don't compound. But with compounding, it becomes 67% per year. $10,000 becomes $16,770 in 1 year. After 2 years, that $10,000 becomes $28,300. After 4 years, that same $10,000 can become $80,730. This is the power of consistent compounding returns that put selling can provide when the markets are favorable and when disciplined put sellers follow their trading plan correctly. Put selling works because of 3 pillars. First, time decay, which in options terminology is called theta, is your best friend. Every option loses value as time passes if the stock doesn't move much. You sell the option, so you want it to lose value. It's like selling movie tickets for next week's showing. As the days pass and the movie gets older, people want those tickets less and less. Second, you actually don't really need stocks to go up. You just need them to not fall below your strike price. This happens about 70 to 85% of the time if you pick good stocks and strikes. Third, you're selling something everyone wants. Fear is a powerful emotion. When stock markets get volatile, more people want to buy stock insurance, which are puts. And this ends up driving up the prices of the options you're selling, which means even more premium for you. You might be a good fit for put selling if you don't feel like you need to make money every single day. You'll also need to be okay with occasionally buying stocks at good prices. You'll also need to stick to a plan instead of panicking when and if markets move down, and you look at earning steady income as more your style than trying to hit home run wins. At the very least, you will want to have at least $1,500 to start with, though more is better. Put selling is kind of like managing a grocery store, not like being a day trader. A grocery store manager doesn't panic if one day has low sales. They know that over time, people need groceries and the store will make steady profits. Let me address what is probably your biggest worry first. What if the stock I sold a put on crashes to zero? Well, we only want to sell puts on high-quality large companies. For example, when's the last time Apple, Microsoft, or Amazon went to zero? Even if they dropped a lot, like 50%, which is extremely rare, you could either roll out your put contract to a later day, or you'd own these great companies at a great discount. Another important reason why put selling can be a great option is the fact that traders have to secure the trade with 100% of their own collateral. This means that the stories you may have heard about other stock traders losing their shirts and having to file for bankruptcy was because they were over-leveraged and probably traded with money they didn't have. Here at the Put Playbook, we teach you about things like position sizing, so you don't sell more puts than you can afford to cover. And also, as a real-world example, if you have $10,000, you might only sell puts worth $2,000 or $3,000. So what if you make a mistake? The beauty of put selling is that even mistakes often work out okay. Remember, if you sell a put on a good stock at a reasonable price, your worst-case scenario would be that you would have to buy that good stock at a good price. Put selling, then, when done right, can actually be a great way to reduce trading risk while also generating consistent income. So, let's see what this actually looks like in your account. You have $5,000 and want to make about $50 this week, which is 1%. Step 1, look for a quality stock trading around $50. Step 2, find the $50 strike put expiring this Friday. Step 3, see that you can sell this put for 50 cents per share. Step 4, sell one put contract, which equals 100 shares. Step 5, immediately receive $50 in your account. Most of the time, the stock stays above $50, you keep the $50, and the trade is over. Sometimes the stock may drop below $50. You still will have several options if that happens. You can roll out the trade to a future date, oftentimes earning more premium and/or finding a more favorable strike price. Or you can also allow your put-selling contract to become exercised, buying 100 shares at $50 each, and you still keep the $50 you earned in premium. Not a bad deal at all. You need surprisingly little to get started. First, you'll need a brokerage account with options trading enabled. My favorite is Robinhood because of its ease of use and low fees. But there are many others like TD Ameritrade or E-Trade. Second, a computer, tablet, and/or a smartphone to place the trades. Third, follow this course to learn the 1% system. 4, a simple spreadsheet to track your trades, which we will also provide templates for on our website, putplaybook.com. 5, and finally, patience and discipline, which are your most important tools. You really don't need expensive software, multiple monitors, a finance degree, or to quit your day job. Once you learn the system, this takes about 30 minutes per week or less. Let me tell you about Dave. Dave could be just like you or me. He could start with $8,000 in his account. He'd work 40 hours a week as an electrician and spend maybe 1 hour per week on put selling. After 2 years, his account could grow to $18,000 or $19,000. That's an extra $10,000 to $11,000 just from his spare time. Dave might say something like this: "I was scared at first because I didn't understand options. But the 1% system made it simple. I just follow the rules, and the money, slowly but surely, adds up." Some might think I'm a genius, but really, I'm just following what I learned at putplaybook.com. You're about to learn something most people never will. Most people work for money their entire lives. But what you're about to learn is how to make money work for you. Put selling is one of the few strategies that works when the markets go up, where you'll get to keep the premiums. In sideways markets, where you'll also get to keep the premiums, and it even can work in down markets by allowing you to roll out your trades or to buy high-quality stocks at nice discounts. Right now, you might be like someone having to walk everywhere because maybe you never learned how to drive. But once you master put selling, it's kind of like having a car. You'll have newfound freedom, freedom that might include reaching financial destinations that you thought were impossible before. Your next step is to click on Continuing to Lesson 2, where you'll learn exactly what options are and how they work. By the end of the next lesson, you'll understand the basic building blocks that make put selling possible. Remember, every expert was once a beginner. The only difference between you and successful put sellers is that they started learning. Today, you'll start too. Let's continue your journey to financial freedom through put selling. Here's what we'll cover in this course. Module 1, Foundations, where you are now. We'll cover understanding options and puts, how put selling actually works, and risk management basics. Module 2, the 1% system. Our exact system for finding trades, stock selection criteria, strike price selection, and timing and execution. Module 3, Advanced Strategies. What to do when things don't go as planned, rolling techniques, managing assignments, and scaling up your profits. Module 4, Psychology and Discipline. Controlling emotions, building consistent habits, and staying calm during market volatility. Before our next lesson, here's your assignment. Open a paper trading account from your favorite broker. Paper trading is a way to practice trading with fake money without needing to risk real money before you're ready. These paper trading accounts are usually part of your stock trading apps. They only take a few minutes to set up and are incredibly valuable to learn how to sell puts. Here's what I recommend. Find 3 large, well-known companies you wouldn't mind owning stock in, like Apple, Microsoft, Disney, or Coca-Cola. Look up their current stock prices and write them down. Start thinking like a put seller. For each company, ask yourself, what price would I be happy to buy this stock at? Here's a hint, usually 5 to 10% below the current price. By paper trading, you can see how all of this works in real time. It's really great practice. Download our trade tracking spreadsheet and familiarize yourself with it. You'll be a paper trading pro in no time at all.